Welcome to Wine by the Case.
Where we uncork legal insights one bottle at a time. Still not to the case, but maybe in Vegas.
Oh, yes. Heads up. We will be heading to Vegas to film. We annually go to Vegas. So we will have to see where we're going to film. I don't know if we're going to end up doing it at Cosmo or somewhere else.
I think I found us a really cool wine bar that we will want to check out.
I think we're going to be doing little clip-ins to let you know, and some live things, or at least very close in time.
Yes.
And then we're also going to be doing a full podcast there, tasting some wines, giving you a little tour of Vegas as well. Yeah. So we're super excited. And you might get a little clip. I don't know if we can do it because it is while we're there, one of the days we're there, because we'll be doing some clips from a convention we're going to be at on beauty. And
salon industry, which has a lot of employment law problems,
and
product liability
and they serve wine and champagne and all those things when you're getting your hair done. And it's somebody's birthday, so we might be able to join us with some of that as well.
Some of that celebrating,
and because of that, we will have to take a plane to get there. I guess we don't have to, but we will be taking. Well, we could drive, but so. You've got
I got a phone with us.
Yes. No, you have something about planes.
I absolutely do. So before we get into what we're going to talk about, because we're talking about travel, we're talking about packing, and we're talking about
God, you don't even want to know, Chris. So I do carry pretty much almost always. I went on a 2-week trip to Europe and did carry-ons only and went skiing. Chris, on the other hand, it's her poor husband. And I really do. My husband and I sit there and feel sorry for him. Literally, I will have like 8 full-size bags.
Well, what for the sequin items?
I just don't even understand.
Sequins are heavy.
You can
full sequins,
and there's a vacuum pack too.
Yeah.
You can vacuum.
Full sequins are heavy. Full sequins gowns.
I've never seen you in a full sequins gown.
Oh, you're going to.
Okay.
I got 2 sequin caftans. Fully done too. So
okay, but they're caftans. They're not full on gowns.
They're heavy as anything.
So that's one bag for those, and you should only have 2 bags.
Well, then the other bag has to have.
We went on a trip though. We went to Atlantis and filmed, and you said you only did carry on.
Yeah.
I was very proud of her.
Yeah.
Actually, very, very proud. Her husband was very thankful.
He was very thankful. Usually, but he's already complained because I have all the sequins out. He goes, I don't even know if that's going to fit in one bag. I'm like, well.
I don't even, you should see him going through the hotel. I don't even know what he looks like because we generally don't fly together. But I mean, going through the airport, well, he checks it. So that's not a problem. But going through, I don't like checking bags either. So, but going through the hotel, like getting out, it's like a sight. And then Chris doesn't even push anything, by the way. She won't even grab one bag. Okay, go on.
So I have my own personal shirt on. But one of the things that is, to me, always curious is to what TSA flags. So what's the strangest thing TSA has ever said, ma'am, we need to check your bags for?
Well, actually, when we were in Europe, they flagged all of our bags, all of the carry-ons. Remember, they were carrying us. So they flagged like our personal item, and they flagged each of the carry-ons for the all 4 of us.
Oh my gosh. What for?
They were random stuff. Like my daughter put a Coke from the lounge in her bag, in between the layover, because we were going. There was a layover, and we were going international, so you have to go back through customs when you enter a new country. And then another one, she had like her face spray, and it was like deemed aerosol.
Yep.
The weirdest thing in that stop, I wouldn't say it's my weirdest ever, but the weirdest thing was they were like, there's a ball, and it was in my husband's bag, and he was like, oh, like what could it be? And they were very, very nice. They were very, very, this was going into Austria, and they were very nice. It turned out to be a golf ball. Now, here's the funny, my husband doesn't golf. So what it was is the kids had been we were at Atlantis.
Yeah.
And they had done putt-putt. And I guess Atlantis gives you a ball that says Atlantis on it. and somehow it ended up in like a pocket of the bag, which it didn't get flagged coming into the United States, but it got flagged there. They were all laughing because they were
like, I don't golf. Why is this in my
well,
bag?
so they were playing. I guess they, like I said, they were so nice. Okay, so nice. Not to diss our TSA people, but they were just so nice. And so I guess they play a game, guess the object.
Yeah.
So if it's an object that the person who's scanning it doesn't know, they all come over.
Oh my
We
gosh!
saw it. No, it isn't good. But then we learned late afterwards
Game. Okay.
that they play this. Oh, you don't guess what it is, and because when they pulled the golf ball out, they go, "It's a whatever." In Austria, how you say golf ball, and then they're like, "Oh," and we were like,
Glad they had some fun with it.
well, apparently this is what they do if they can't get partially because I guess they call them over because if somebody goes, "Oh no, that's what it is," you don't have to flag me back.
Yeah.
And then partially because it becomes like when you go to Costco and you guess how much it is.
Yeah.
You know, and then they put, I guess maybe they put waitress on. I knew it was a golf ball. Nobody knew it was a golf ball.
It's funny.
I should have asked, what did you think
It was right.
You know?
One of my interesting ones is we were coming back from having done the Christmas markets in Germany, which was a big, exciting thrill for me. So if you've ever been to the German Christmas markets, you know they always have the hot mulled wine in each one of them.
Yeah.
And you can keep the mug because you pay for it in advance. And then if you bring it back, you get to get the little coupon back.
Right.
So I had 21 of them. Jeremy had wrapped them all up and my Sherpa had wrapped them all up.
You know they will refill it. That's why you get to keep the mug.
Yeah, but I wanted the mugs anyway. So
okay, but why 21? Like
not one from everyone.
24?
Because that's how many glasses I drank.
Were they different bars?
Yes.
So the mugs looked
all the
slightly
different markets.
different.
Yes.
Okay.
So the nice gentleman opens the bag. He's like, points to us, and then he starts speaking to us in German. Yeah, German heritage, but no, we're not German. So then he looks at my husband and starts speaking in Dutch. And Jeremy goes, American? He goes, you look so Dutch. And he opens the bag and he's like, I guess you liked our Christmas markets. He starts unraveling a couple of them. He goes, are these all the same? We're like, yes. He goes, okay, you can keep them. But
what did they think they were?
I didn't ask. I was just anxious to get onto the plane because we were slightly delayed. But the one that I found quite amusing was I like lip gloss. I like a lot of lip gloss. And so I had about 21 tubes of lip gloss in my purse, which is kind of average for me. So I go through, and this was New York, and I'm going through the thing, and I beep, 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 ma'am, you need to come over here. And I go over there, I'm like, ma'am, you know you're not allowed to bring ammunition on a plane. Well, I'm like, that's not bullet casings, that's lip gloss. So he dumps the whole bag onto the cabinet. He's like, holy crap, it's lip gloss. That was the moment where I'm like, okay, because I guess the size
That's
of
when
it.
her husband was like, do we need to bring all this? And
Well, if you've ever done Mac, they look like cartridges. They have the little round things at the top. But the best story was when we were going on a bachelorette trip, going to New York City.
oh, the vibrator.
And my one girlfriend was the one who had all the party supplies, including the gag gifts and that. And we're laughing with TSA, and they're like, so which one of you is it going to be? And we all point to my one girlfriend. It's her. It's her. So that's when they did the 5 guys came over to look at it as it went through the X-ray.
Well, I mean, there's a story where it's like vibrating.
Yes, they turn on.
I remember when I was younger, when I had a whole like, oh, I don't want anybody to know I had feminine products.
Yeah.
I remember one
Oh,
time
God,
I
yes,
dumped my bag. But here's right after 9/11, and this is before I was married to my husband. It was like we weren't even really dating, which is a whole nother story. But we ended up going. We ended up officially starting to date after this trip. So you can put 2 and 2 what happened on the trip. But anyway, so we're going there, and when it was like less than a month after 9/11. So we get on the seaplane, and they had come up with this rule that everything you had to be in a clear Ziploc. So they were handing out
The Ziploc.
Ziplocs, and which meant like tampon, like, just, I don't remember what was in there, but I just remember thinking that, it was whatever was in your purse. So you're dumping your entire purse in a clear Ziploc that you have to carry with you in this Ziploc. So I don't know how many people want everything in their purse and it clears to the whole Fort Lauderdale airport to look at it. And I was like, oh, this sucks. This is a rule. And they didn't give you heads up. So I wasn't prepared like to take shit out of my bag. I just brought my bag.
Okay.
So I don't remember what was in it. It wasn't anything terrible.
I know, but it's still like I would have dumped my purse before getting on the
Yeah, it wasn't even on my period then. You know, you just keep
yeah.
tampons and stuff pads in your purse for like in case when that happens. But yeah, it was all in there. And it's not like at that point, I mean, he was like 40 and had been married and had 2 kids, like he had never seen a tampon before. But I mean, I was like, I had in there, but it wasn't anything like.
I know, but still, you're like, you're exposed when the contents of your purse are, and clear. You're exposed.
I mean, and then it's like now I would care less. But
Exactly.
I mean, obviously when I was younger, I remember I was going somewhere and they dumped it out and like my lingerie was there and they were making like faces. Like I said, once again, none of this stuff would faze me at this point. But when you're in your early 20s, you're like, oh my God, like,
it's a whole different thing.
Now I would just be like, who cares?
What brought up this topic was a recent article about TSA even talking about the things they've had to confiscate from people. Not even just what was in the luggage, things they've had to confiscate. And this I really feel badly for.
Wait, let's back up. Did you hear this wasn't in a plane, but it was Carnival Cruise Line. I think it was Carnival. I don't want to diss Carnival, but this woman decided she was gonna bring little baby chicken.
Yes.
And they were dressed up in outfits. And I don't know why they arrested her, but that's a whole nother story. She said they were her wedding party and she had dressed them up and named them like different, like Hef Chiclet or whatever, and she on there. And the girl was beautiful. Like she wasn't like crazy looking. I mean, although
she got her 15 minutes.
Although my one son would say there's a happy neat balance between like super hot and crazy and finding that balance. So I mean, she's really hot. Obviously, I don't know. Somebody said she's crazy for bringing a chicken.
She got her 15 minutes of fame that way.
She got arrested.
Yeah, but still.
She got arrested. But
So the Hot Dylan guy, now he has a modeling contract. So that one, he was mixed race, gorgeous, and people were like, yeah, I definitely would put handcuffs on him. And he got a modeling contract after his mugshot went viral. TSA had to confiscate somebody's marathon medal.
Why?
I mean, you run 26 miles.
Why they have to confiscate it?
Because apparently this is one of the really decorative ones. So they said it looked like probably the Miami Marathon because it had spikes. There's a circle with the sun with spikes. And
they had to have gone back and just mailed it because you can go.
They confiscated it from her.
Well, then you don't have to let them confiscate it. They always give you you can get out of line and go
and go return it,
or mail it somewhere.
And we've all seen the TSA videos of the people who've been down their entire bottle of wine in front of TSA because they're like, you can't bring that on. They drink it.
But that's stupid. You can't bring that on.
Oh, I was at TSA when somebody tried to get 2 bottles of wine through on their carry-on, and it was so funny because they took it and and by the way, it was Snoop Dogg, that the red and the white Martha Chardonnay, and they put it to the side, and the comment was funny. They're like, I'll be bidding on that when the auction comes up. So apparently they auction off the stuff to the employees. Running the 26 miles and then keeping your medal. No, but still. I'm sure it's a pretty one. So
that's the best story you got for me.
Oh no, that's what caused us to come up was TSA's like, and you should see what else we see. But they said they have taken tons of trophies.
Why the trophies?
That's a weapon. It's absolutely a weapon because they're the big ones. I mean,
this will never happen to Chris because she brings 16 bags
and
everything. So it will never be.
We always come back with tiki mugs too. So we travel with bubble wrap because we're going to make sure that's safe. But yeah, and usually we wrap up liquor and things like that. But I cannot imagine that, when TSA is looking at some of these things, that occasionally they'll have a little latitude.
Well, here's the thing. I think it's really the sex toys and the stuff like that's going to get them.
Yeah, but as long as they have batteries.
You know what? This isn't that I had something on there. So my daughter had one of those electric toothbrushes. And, if they're not in the case, they come in, which she did, and she threw it in there. So the whole thing was vibrating. So they were a little disappointed. I'm like, what? Obviously, she was a child, so I knew it wasn't a sex toy. But I was like, what the hell is in there that's vital? I'm like trying to think, because what that?
Right. What is it?
Well, because I was very much like you from an early age, you need to pack your bag.
Right.
So I wouldn't pack their bag, but I would make sure they had enough underwear and stuff like that. I'd be like, okay, let's do the count.
Yep.
Whatever. But I wouldn't go back through. I wasn't one of those moms. And so I was like, what the heck did she put in there? Now they're thinking, you know, she's like, it's my bag.
Right.
They're like, it's probably
sure it is.
mom's
Yeah.
bag, right? The toothbrush, you know, not what we thought, what we were hoping to go,
Yeah.
you know, do you remember when you were younger and like you would, I don't know if you wrote this, and you're like, go to buy, like talking about feminine products again, and then they would do the announcement.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God.
Well, I could do a
You're
whole.
like a man standing by
Right.
you,
Yeah.
and you're just like, whoa, my God.
But I thought, you know, that this is a Rioja. And I thought the whole notion of latitude, because, you know, TSA agents do have a little latitude.
Oh, I like this.
Rioja's always good. This one's a nice one from Spain. This one's just about under $20. So that, you know, Riojas tend to be between 15 and 40. But it's light, but usually it's still got a little bit of a punch as far as flavor.
Cheese.
Yeah, exactly.
She never brings cheese in. The cheese store has to say that they're doing a GoFundMe page and they're going under, and then Chris brings me cheese. Otherwise, they don't. So
This one's good.
yeah. Have you had this one before?
I haven't had this one before. It was recommended when I was at the wine store, and they said it's just a good solid Rioja for a very reasonable price. And I agree, because Riojas are pretty distinct. They're much punchier than the Zinfandel, but they're still not dry. You know that tannin.
So I think that you guys, our listeners, need to comment and tell us either the craziest thing that you witness being somebody being
please.
stopped, or you don't have to take ownership of it, or that you have been stopped.
Particularly, you know, if you're in today's day and age with travel, you never know if you're going to hit those extremely long lines because they're so understaffed with TSAs.
But I'm glad they're doing it.
Jeremy and I were amused about the Snoop Dogg and Martha Shard. We're like, that's $20 worth of line. But based on what they were saying, they said they're going to bid on that at the auction. So maybe it's a TSA employee auction at the end of the year.
No, I bet you they do some sort of public auction. Maybe they let them have it first and then do. Personally, they should just with that.
If you're going to smuggle wine, let's not make it $9.99 from Publix wine.
Used to be that you could go into the store and buy little bottles to make your own, so you didn't have to buy them
anymore.
And then they don't let you do it because people were getting too drunk. People are still doing. Have you seen the Starbucks wine that they're doing on there?
Well, again, part of pre-gaming is there's so many flight delays that, you know, you're like, I thought I was going to have a drink, and now 4 drinks later because I still think my flight's going to leave. All
right. Well, comment below. Tell us the weirdest thing. You have either been stopped at TSA or you have heard of somebody being stopped at TSA. I am going to give this an 8.
I'm going to give it a 6.5.
Okay.
Cheers.